Have you ever thought that the world of fruits around us is only limited to familiar bananas, apples, oranges, and mangoes? In fact, nature has created countless strange fruits that when you see them, you will have to wonder, is this really a fruit or a creation of a certain planet? Each fruit not only has a different appearance, but also contains stories, flavors, and cultures associated with the land where it was born. 1. Jabuticaba fruit, a bunch of grapes that grow on Brazilian trees. If one day you get lost in the gardens of Brazil, you will encounter a scene that will make you rub your eyes because you think you are dreaming. On the rough, dark brown tree trunk, clusters of round, shiny black-purple fruits grow densely from the base to the branches, so dense that they cover the bark of the tree. That is the jabuticaba, a fruit that people often call by the affectionate name of woody grapes. What makes jabuticaba unique is not only the way it grows, but also its rare, sweet taste. The small fruit, when bitten, will burst open a layer of soft, cool white flesh, sweet like grapes, but with a light floral scent, making the eater feel like enjoying a glass of young wine. For Brazilians, jabuticaba is not just a fruit, but also a childhood memory, a gift associated with peaceful summer afternoons. However, this strange fruit is not easy to bring to the world. Jabuticaba can only be kept for a few short days after being picked, after which it quickly spoils. Therefore, it rarely crosses the borders of South America to reach distant markets. People usually have to eat it immediately after picking, or process it into wine and jam to prolong the flavor. Standing in front of a jabuticaba tree laden with fruit, you will see nature painting a surreal picture, the black and purple dots glittering on the dark brown bark like a miniature starry sky, reminding you that this earth always contains miracles that sometimes we can only believe when we see them with our own eyes. 2. Durian, the controversial king of the fruit world. At the banquet table of nature, there is a king that is honored but also hated the most. That is the durian, a fruit famous throughout Southeast Asia for its large, rough, thorny shell, like a piece of armor created to protect the treasure hidden inside. People call it the king of fruits, but not because of its majestic appearance, but because of its unique flavor. What makes durian special is its scent. Some people are ecstatic when they first smell it, while others immediately turn away and run away. The scent is so strong that many hotels, trains, and planes in Asia have banned it. But for those brave enough to overcome the first impression, the reward is a layer of golden, fatty, smooth flesh, both sweet and nutty, melting on the tip of the tongue like a symphony of flavors. Southeast Asians consider durian a treasure. During harvest season, the market suddenly becomes bustling. Each large fruit is split open. The aroma spreads throughout the market alleys. Each durian segment is full of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, fiber, all wrapped up in a flavor that makes people remember forever. Many people have confessed that the first time eating durian is a challenge. But from the second time on, they cannot stop. The king of fruits is not only huge in size. A single fruit can grow up to 30 centimeters long and weigh several kilos, but also huge in influence. It divides people into two camps, those who worship it, those who vehemently avoid it. But perhaps it is this division that makes the durian legendary. As in life, it is the differences that often leave the deepest mark. Standing in front of a durian, you will see that nature is not afraid to challenge humans. Daring to touch the thorns, daring to endure the fierce scent, and then receiving an unforgettable rich sweetness. And that is the reason why it is honored as the controversial king of the fruit world. 3. Chirimoya, the sweet pearl of South America. If durian is the thorny king, then chirimoya, also known as the Western custard apple, is like a rustic, humble green gem that hides a surprisingly sweet flavor. On the outside, the cherimoya fruit wears a green skin, covered with rough, fish scale-like folds, making many people hesitant when they first see it. But inside, the soft, smooth white flesh, sweet as milk, is what makes this fruit praised by Mark Twain as the most delicious fruit known to man. The taste of cherimoya is a delicate harmony. When you take a bite, you will feel the combination of ripe banana, sweet pineapple, fragrant mango, and a light vanilla flavor. It is this combination that makes each time you enjoy cherimoya like tasting a tropical garden in your mouth. South Americans often eat it as a dessert, sometimes crushed into ice cream or mixed into smoothies to preserve the cool flavor. But nature, as usual, has two sides. Cherimoya is delicious and sweet, but if eaten in excess, the natural compounds in the seeds and shell can affect the nervous system. Therefore, people always advise each other to only eat the white flesh and eat it in moderation. This makes cherimoya a testament to the fact that everything, no matter how beautiful and sweet, needs moderation. For South Americans, cherimoya is not just a fruit, but also a pride, a gift from the mountains and forests. Looking at the green fruits neatly placed in a bamboo basket, we can see the simplicity but preciousness of nature. And perhaps tasting cherimoya once is like letting your soul become gentler when realizing that there is happiness that comes from the most gentle and delicate blend. Mangosteen, the purple queen of fruits. If Durian is known as the king, then mangosteen is known by the world with an elegant name, the queen of fruits. It is no coincidence that this small fruit has captured the hearts of many generations, because hidden behind the dark purple, rough skin is the white, smooth, sweet, and slightly sour flesh, making it hard for anyone who has tasted it to forget. Mangosteens originate from the tropical regions of Southeast Asia. It is said that Queen Victoria of England once requested that mangosteens be brought to the palace, and that is why mangosteens were given the title Queen. Whether it is a legend or a fact, the name is not an exaggeration. Just gently peel off the thick purple skin, revealing the ivory white segments arranged like lotus petals, and you will understand why this fruit is considered a symbol of nobility and purity. In each mangosteen segment, the flavor spreads like a summer song. Not too sweet, not too sour, all blending into a balanced, cool feeling. People often eat it fresh, but sometimes squeeze it into juice or combine it in desserts, creating a unique charm that few fruits can match. Not only delicious, mangosteen is also considered a valuable source of nutrition. The purple peel contains many antioxidants. The fruit flesh is rich in vitamins and fiber, helping the body stay healthy and the skin bright. In folk medicine, mangosteen peel is also dried and crushed to make medicine to treat infections, proving that nature always gives us more than what we see with the naked eye. Standing in front of a mangosteen, you will see how skillful nature is. The outside is a rough purple coat. The inside is pure sweetness. Perhaps just like humans, the outside may be rough, but the true value lies in the gentle things hidden in the soul. And that is why the purple queen of fruits still holds a special place in the hearts of those who enjoy it. 5. Rambutan, sweet fruit in a colorful coat. If you see rambutan for the first time, you will probably be surprised and laugh, because it looks like a strange little creature, wearing a red-pink coat with soft hairs. It is this strange appearance that makes many strangers shy away. But just peel off that bright skin. You will see the white, clear, juicy, sweet flesh like an invitation of summer. Rambutan, also known as rambutan, is a fruit typical of Southeast Asia. From Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia to Vietnam, rambutan is associated with lush gardens where children eagerly climb trees to pick the fruit, then share each sweet segment. When ripe, rambutan turns bright red or yellow, standing out against the lush green foliage, like small lanterns shimmering in the sun. The taste of rambutan is not too fussy, but easily wins the heart. The flesh is crispy, sweet, sometimes with a light fragrance. People eat it fresh, but sometimes make syrup, jam, or soft drinks. Rambutan seeds, after being roasted, can also be eaten, fatty and strange, proving that nature does not waste any part. Rambutan is not only delicious, but also a gift of health. The fruit contains a lot of vitamin C, fiber, iron, and calcium, which helps strengthen the immune system, aid digestion, and beautify the skin. So, when summer comes, street vendors full of rambutan are not only a pleasure to the taste buds, but also a part of memories, associated with the cries, smiles, and the sweltering heat soothed by the cool sweetness. Rambutan is a gentle reminder that you should never look at the surface. Beneath the colorful and strange coat of fur is a sweetness, simplicity, and familiarity. Perhaps that is what makes rambutan one of the most beloved tropical fruits, not only in Asia, but also in many other lands around the world. 6. Kiwano fruit. The thorny cucumber, the thorny warrior of Africa. In the arid plains of Africa, nature has created a fruit that is both beautiful and fierce. The kiwano, or thorny cucumber. At first glance, it looks like an asteroid that fell from space, with its bright orange skin covered in sharp, pointed thorns. Each kiwano looks like a warrior in armor, both intimidating and intriguing. But once you get past that thorny shell, you'll encounter a completely different world. Inside the kiwano is a jade-green, succulent, jelly-like flesh. Its flavor is a strange combination, slightly sour like lemon, slightly sweet like young banana, and a hint of cool cucumber. For those who taste it for the first time, the feeling is both surprising and exciting, like stepping into an unexplored land. Not only is the kiwano strange in shape, it is also a treasure trove of nutrients. It contains large amounts of vitamins A, C, B6, and many minerals such as iron, potassium, and calcium. A kiwano fruit has only about 90 calories per 100 grams, but provides enough energy and nutrients, making it an ideal dish for those who want to be both healthy and keep fit. In addition, the abundant amount of antioxidants in kiwano also helps improve blood circulation, protecting the body from the ravages of time. Africans have long considered kiwano a precious dish, both to quench thirst and to restore strength after days of working under the hot sun. When it spread to other continents, kiwano was considered an exotic delicacy, often appearing in luxurious parties, not only to eat, but also to admire. Looking at the kiwano fruit, we realize an interesting paradox. Sometimes, the thorniest things are the sweetest. And perhaps it is this contrast that makes it one of the strangest fruits on the planet, reminding people to never judge the true value of a life by its appearance. 7. Miracle fruit, the fruit that can turn sour into sweet. In the vast world of fruits, there are few species that possess the power to amaze people like the miracle fruit. Small, bright red, and looking no different from a normal cherry. But just eat one, and you will see the whole world of flavors around you change in an unbelievable way. The miracle fruit is made up of a special protein called miraculin. When it sticks to the tongue, miraculin changes the way taste receptors react to acid. This makes normally sour foods like lemon, vinegar, and even bitter beer taste sweet, as if coated in honey. With just one miracle fruit, the sensation can last for over an hour, turning the entire meal into a taste magic trick. The West Africans, where the miracle fruit was first discovered, have long known about its special properties. They often eat it before eating sour foods to feel better. Later, when this fruit was introduced to the world, it amazed scientists and culinary explorers. Many restaurants even organize miracle parties, where diners enjoy this fruit and then try a series of other sour dishes to experience the change in flavor. Not just a fun treat, miracle fruit is also being studied as a medical solution. For diabetics or those undergoing chemotherapy, using miracle fruit helps them enjoy the sweet taste without artificial sugar, helping to improve their appetite and quality of life. It is hard to believe that a small fruit has the power to change people's perception of the whole world of taste. But perhaps it is this simplicity that creates the miracle. Looking at a bright red fruit lying in the palm of our hand, we feel nature smiling, reminding us that life is always full of sweet surprises as long as we dare to try and dare to believe. 8. Pepino fruit, South American watermelon, a strange blend of flavors. On the mountainsides and plateaus of South America, where the land and sky are harsh but nurture countless wonders, there is a small fruit called pepino. People call it by many names: cantaloupe, South American watermelon, or simply pepino melon. But no matter what name it is called, it always makes anyone who sees it for the first time stop and admire it. Pepino is oval-shaped, compact, and fits in the palm of your hand. The outer shell is light yellow, dotted with purple veins, like mischievous drawings of nature. When placed in the middle of the market, pepino is not noisy and ostentatious, but its purple gold light is enough to attract the eyes of curious people. The most attractive thing about pepino lies in its flavor. When you take a bite, you will taste the coolness of cucumber, the sweetness of cantaloupe, and the lingering aftertaste of ripe pear. Some people even say that pepino is like an impromptu blend created by nature, both familiar and strange, confusing the eater, but making them want to taste more. South Americans often eat pepino fresh, or slice it and mix it into salads to add a cool taste. Some places squeeze it into juice, creating a sweet, pure drink to dispel the hot summer heat. Pepino is also low in calories, but rich in vitamins A, C, and antioxidants, so it is not only delicious, but also nutritious, especially suitable for those who care about their health. Looking at a pepino, we feel like nature is having fun, mixing many familiar flavors and wrapping them in a small shape. And perhaps it is this improvisation that has turned pepino into one of the most unique fruits of South America. A simple but surprising gift that heaven and earth have given to humans. 9. Dragon fruit, the mysterious and brilliant dragon. Among the myriad of exotic fruits, dragon fruit is probably the most familiar name to us. However, when it comes to the world, dragon fruit has a mysterious image, likened to dragon fruit, a fruit that seems to come out of a legend. Dragon fruit has a bright red or yellow skin, dotted with soft green scales that curve like flames, making it look like a small dragon sleeping peacefully in human hands. Cut a dragon fruit in half and you will see a layer of pure white or bright pink flesh, dotted with countless tiny black seeds like a miniature starry sky. The taste of dragon fruit is sweet and cool, not too harsh, not bland, but enough to quench thirst on a hot summer day. People eat it fresh, squeeze it into juice, make smoothies, or even create cakes and ice cream, all of which carry within them the elegant taste of this fruit. Dragon fruit is originally from Central America and Mexico, but today it has become a popular crop in many parts of the world, especially in Asia. With high nutritional value, rich in fiber, vitamin C, minerals, and antioxidants, dragon fruit is not only beautiful and delicious, but also considered a gift for health. It is believed that eating dragon fruit regularly helps improve digestion, increase resistance, and beautify the skin. Interestingly, dragon fruit has many different color variations: white-fleshed, red-fleshed, even yellow-fleshed, making it even more mysterious, like the legendary dragons with all shapes and colors. It is this diversity that makes dragon fruit a symbol of the wonders of nature. When we look at a dragon fruit shining brightly under the sunlight, we suddenly see that nature knows how to tell stories. From a barren cactus, it has given birth to a fruit with a brilliant appearance, both beautiful and sweet, both nourishing and captivating. Dragon fruit reminds us that even in the harshest places, life can still shine, strong and glorious like a dragon soaring in the sky. 10. Ackee, Jamaica's national fruit, but full of danger. In the tropical land of Jamaica, there is a fruit that is considered a national pride, present in daily meals, becoming a flavor associated with national identity. That is the ackee fruit, a fruit that is both attractive and dangerous, making anyone who hears about it curious. On the outside, when ripe, the ackee will split open, revealing 3 segments of golden, buttery, soft flesh, embracing shiny black seeds. This sight makes people feel as if the ackee is smiling invitingly. And it is at this point that the ackee is truly safe to eat. If eaten before it opens, the flesh still contains the toxin hypoglycin, which can cause a disease known as Jamaican vomiting disease, which can cause physical exhaustion and even be life-threatening. However, when picked at the right time and prepared properly, ackee becomes a delicious dish. Jamaicans often stir-fry ackee meat with saltfish, onions, peppers, and spices, creating a national dish called ackee and saltfish. The fatty, sweet taste of ackee, combined with the rich saltiness of saltfish, has created an indispensable flavor in the culinary culture here. Ackee is more than just a fruit. It is a story of trust and tradition. Jamaicans have learned to listen to nature, eat only when the fruit is open, take only the yellow flesh, and discard the seeds and poisonous rind. It is this understanding that has transformed a dangerous fruit into a culinary treasure. The ackee reminds us that the line between beauty and danger is sometimes very thin. Nature both gives and challenges, and it is the patience and wisdom of humans who can turn those challenges into life. Looking at the bright red clusters of ackee blooming in the sun, we can see the strong spirit and ingenuity of the Jamaican people put into every meal.